Welcome back. Welcome back. Another edition of the three trade series we've been running. We just did a Cavs one. We've done a Bulls one, but we're going to continue on today with the Warriors. Finn comes up with three trades for a team. I say whether I like them for the team, don't like them for the team, and then we give them a grade. Please leave your thoughts in the comments on these trades because we want to know what your thoughts are, but also leave your trade ideas because the Warriors are a team that needs trades to really compete with this top end of the Western Conference, and they're just not there right now, even though they have a top three player in the NBA in Steph Curry. But Finn, give me the first one.
I've been on a historic run with these trades. Go check out the Cavs video. It's an absolute masterpiece. I'm going to jump right into it. We got the Warriors receiving Larry Markkinen for Gary Payton, Kuminga, and Trayce Jackson-Davis with 3 first-round picks to make it work out. Where are we at on it?
See, this trade seems like a lot if you're the Warriors because you're giving up your best young asset and possibly your third one, debatably second in some people's eyes, and TJD. But 3 first-round picks is a lot, but that's what it's going to take to get Larry Markkinen. And it's sad just because I want to see Larry competing for a title with some team, not the Jazz, because they're just not good. So for me, this trade, I'm going to give it a B. It's just a move if you're Mike Dunleavy to try and give everything you can to help Steph because his tenure as a GM has been pretty shitty, to be honest, with the moves he's made since he's taken over. So I'm going to give it a B. I don't like giving up Kuminga or 3 first-round picks, but this is the things you have to do if you have Steph Curry for another 3 years. Like, this is what you have to do.
So I felt a little bit suspect giving up the cum bucket, but if you're in a win now type situation, this is kind of one of the only ways I could figure out that it would work. Again, I think you're right on with TJD. He's a special kid, but like you have a very tight window to try and make something work here. And I know it's towards the end of the career, but I'd still shoot my shot on it. So we'll take a B on that. B's not bad.
Yeah. Right. Good. I was just going to say, like, in my opinion, if I'm the GM, I'm trying to blow it up and rebuild, if that makes sense. I don't want to say I might trade Steph Curry, but like
I might blow it up in 3 years.
Yeah, but you just got to see how this team looks next year because no Klay Thompson now. Like, it's just a weird vibe around this team that I just I can't see a world where it's getting much better to where the point of there's trade options to make this team actually competitive with the top end of the conference. But God,
I never know with those guys.
Give me number 2. Steph's unreal, so
you can never count him out. Yeah. This is going to be a dagger to the heart, but we got Jarrett Allen and Ty Jerome heading over there for Wiggs in a first-round pick. This is a little bit of an inverse trade I put together for the Cavs video, so obviously it's going to make its way in here. How are you feeling on that?
Yeah, as a Cavs fan, I kind of like it. At the same time, I don't. At the time of recording this, Jarrett Allen just signed an extension less than 24 hours ago for 3 years, $91 million. So, I mean, you'd be getting Jarrett Allen for 5 years if you're the Warriors. I believe Wiggins has 2 years or 3 years left. So it's a weird trade. The Cavs are in desperate need of a wing, and I feel like the Warriors are in need of another big that's not Looney and Trayce Jackson-Davis. So I'm going to give this one a B+ if you're the Warriors. Okay. I think 1 first-round pick isn't a ton, and it's not going to kill you long-term as opposed to 3 in the last one. But I just think that I just don't know if Wiggins is enough to move the needle if you're the Cavs. But Jarrett Allen's a really, really good basketball player. I just don't know if the Warriors are his type of fit, if that makes sense.
I could kind of see it working with just having someone down there so strong defensively, great rebounder. That kind of helps Dre play the 4. Everybody knows your player comp is 2024 Draymond, not 2016, not 2017, not 2018. So I think that frees up Dre a little bit to kind of float around a bit more and then guard more of a 3-4 kind of guy instead of – I think he was doing a lot of fronting the 5 with Kuminga, which I think they should still do. It's a great scheme, but that's really tiresome, and he has to be effective for you guys offense moving around and whatnot. So sticking JA down there I don't think hurts. And the only issue I could see would be spacing and Steph getting 2 feet in the paint and coming back out. You don't want someone there to clog it up. He's going to continue to do that no matter how old he is. He's going to be running off 1,000 screens from corner to corner. So that was like the only kind of like thing I like about it. But
offensively, obviously the screen setting is going to be huge. Off ball, on ball, doesn't matter. Jared Allen's a great screen setter. He's one of the best pick and roll partners in the NBA. The Cavs run a ton of pick and roll, so that would work. And then secondly, I think defensively, like you were saying with Draymond, it would help a ton because Jared Allen's good enough and like quick enough to switch out on the perimeter, and the Warriors like to switch everything. So, being the Warriors, you can take a guy like a Jared Allen and switch him. Say they're running a pick and roll with trying to hunt Steph and Jared Allen or whatever, whoever that is. Then you can switch that, and it's not the biggest deal because now you have Draymond patrolling the back line instead of Jared Allen, who both are very good defenders. Draymond not as much anymore, but still the IQ is very much there, so he can read the pass into the middle or whatever you need. But I actually like this trade a lot. It's starting to grow on me as we're talking it through. I'm gonna go B plus. B plus.
Yeah, I think that's a fair grade. One other thing on the defensive end, like you got guys like Pod and Steph who aren't. I mean, they have good hands and they can get some steals like in the lane or whatever it may be, but they're not like phenomenal on-ball defenders by any means. And Draymond's definitely lost a step in his old age, which is why Matt's compared to 2024 Draymond. But having Jared Allen back there with guys who aren't exactly phenomenal, beat you to the spot people is huge. I just think, he's a brick wall back there. He's the great wall of Fro.
Yeah, no, I mean, like they just need a shot blocker. Like they just don't like Looney's not a shot blocker. Draymond's not a shot blocker. Like in the prototypical like way of describing the word.
I'd also be interested to see Kuminga kind of get to play with a true center.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be interesting because I
don't know. They didn't really get that much burn on it last year.
Yeah, no, and it's also this trade for the Warriors doesn't mortgage their young talent. Like Wiggins is I don't want to say replaceable player, but like that mold of player can be someone that you could find pretty easily. Like a bigger wing that can play defense and stretch the floor a little bit. Like it's not the hardest thing to do. It's not like he shoots 42% from 3. Like it's not like he's unbelievably great. And also, he had a down year. So
spoiler alert for the Cavs video. I think that makes the Cavs way better.
Yeah, the core 4 is all locked in now. So, but go check that one out. And then
please do.
Last trade.
Okay. So Zach LaVine, Javon Carter in a first for Wiggins, Moody, Gary Payton II, and Looney. This is a lot of movement. Ton of movement here.
It is.
But I'll actually I'm not going to influence you at all. I'm going to let you kind of go off it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Zach LaVine is very much on the trade block. He's not getting re-signed. He's not getting anything. The Bulls are attempting to blow it up, so to speak, which is like 5 years too late, but who am I to tell them how to run their organization? But for the Warriors' sake, you get Zach LaVine at this point in his career is an upgrade over what Klay Thompson was the last few years. So now you have more consistent three-point shooting, another guy that can attack off the dribble and take some pressure off Steph to do everything. Like every time the play-in game or playoffs come around, it's literally just Steph handling and creating offense because it's the only way they can really score. LaVine's capable enough to take some of that load off of Steph Curry and allow him to run off ball or let Draymond and Zach LaVine run pick and rolls and vice versa. Now you also are getting a first round pick back, so that also helps building toward your future. And you're not giving away any real young talent besides Moses Moody. And like, is Moses Moody even that good / young? No, you want to keep Podziemski, TJD, and I'm forgetting Podensky. I didn't say him. Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and TJD. You want to keep those 3 guys as long as you can. I know TJD's older, but still, you want to keep those guys to build around long term. But then you also are getting a guy, Zach LaVine, who's still kind of youngish that can help you compete now and later. I think that's the whole objective if you're the Warriors trying to make trades here. And this one fits the mold for me. I'm giving this an A-. I really like this one.
I like this one a lot too. I feel like Zach LaVine is almost a direct upgrade on a Wiggins type guy. He's obviously not as good of a defender and not as much as a full utility guy, but in the right system and with the right buy-in, I think he could actually produce similarly on all the little stuff that Wiggins does. Javon Carter, personally, I think is a bum. He was Nets throwaway trash in 2022. He was Bucks throwaway trash in 2023. But that being said, he's still an NBA player and he can still help out with the second unit. Like it's he doesn't have to be a phenomenal player for that to work out. I do think losing Loon hurts a tad. I actually like him still.
Yeah.
I think he's actually criminal, maybe not criminally, but severely underrated.
You know, Looney's one of those. He's a glue guy. Like you're giving up some of your glue guys and Gary Payton, Wiggins, Moody, and like they're all kind of glue guys that just do a role, but you have too many of them. And at this point, you need like with Klay Thompson gone, while he wasn't great last year, still commanded a ton of attention. So getting rid of him, you have to bring someone else that can draw eyes away from Steph Curry, or they will just overload his side of the floor every single time when he's dribbling. If they're going to blitz him every single possession, like there's no way in my mind that this team without an upgrade somewhere can actually really compete. So I like this trade a lot. A- for me. It helps the here and now, but also down the line. So this is your best one for sure. Way to save it for last.
Appreciate you. And I just want to also say, I could see a world where they really don't make a big move.
Yeah, I don't think
weird gusto in the air with them. Like, I feel like they're just gonna run it this year and be bad, and then next year is gonna be like panic lights turn on and figure it out.
Yeah, I don't actually think they make a move because this trade is the only one I could possibly even see them making, but there's no way teams make a move. Like
there were some Zach LaVine rumblings on Twitter, nothing too serious, but that's kind of what I built it off of.
Yeah, no, I mean Zach LaVine's gonna get mocked everywhere, similar to Lauri Markkanen has for the last year and a half. But that's it for this one. Like
real quick, we're coming out with slappers. These videos are elite. These videos are in depth. Go check the Cavs one out. It's your team. We're making videos for your team, so check them out. Drop a comment, drop a like for sure.
But yeah, peace.